Welcome into another American River College athletics broadcast brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. Today we have the ARC women's softball team taking on Solano. And now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to American River College softball field. Today we call it Bird Field for the game between, well, the first of two games, actually, between the home team, American River College Beavers, and the Solano College Falcons. The Falcons coming in at 3-10 on the season. They lost their first five, won their next three, and then lost their last five, so they're looking to get back on track, as are the Beavers, who are 9-5 on the season, but they have lost their last three, all in Big 8 conference play, and so they're looking to get right here in out-of-conference play against Solano before they return to Big 8 action. That is scheduled a doubleheader up in Santa Rosa against the Bear Cubs. That'll be this Saturday. So the Beavers looking to get right behind Bree Romero, who takes the mound. Bree is a freshman out of Sheldon High School. She's 4-2 on the season, a 3.71 ERA. Her last outing was on the 2nd of March. She went 5 2/3 against Consumers River in a game in which the Beavers lost 9-4. So Bree Romero coming out to throw this one. Mark the Phantom Lowe here with you. Also with Stones McCoy running the show to my left. The Bird is the man on the scoreboard to my right. And then Matt is the PA announcer. He is to the Bird's right. And the Bird was the winner of the pregame dance contest down behind home plate. So he gets the field named after him for the first game of the doubleheader today. So it's American River College softball field, but it's Bird Field today as we get ready to get started. Romero has finished her warm-up tosses. She'll face Kaylee Hawkins, Alexis Certeza, and Lindsey Feinberg, the first three for the Falcons. Hawkins, a 190 hitter on the season for the Falcons. A freshman playing behind the plate today, which is called the catcher, if you're new to the game. And here's the first pitch from Romero, and it is it's in there for a strike, as we've got one of the delayed umpires again, Stone, so you're going to have to be on the lookout. As you got a little time lapse there, 0-1 on Hawkins, Certeza to follow, and then Feinberg. Top of the first here. Now the next pitch is outside for a ball, 1 strike. Also baseball happening today, but not until 2 o'clock. First pitch, the Beavers take on Delta College, the Mustangs. Almost a real baseball power. Next pitch is high for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. So a lot of action on the campus today, American River College, in lovely Sacramento, California. A little bit of a breezy day, a little chill in the air. Ball could be flying if it gets up in the air. There's a 2-1 pitch, and that just misses outside, 3-1. So Romero behind in the count, 3-1 on Kaylee Hawkins. Certeza to follow, then Feinberg. Nia Watts in the cleanup spot for the Falcons today. Alyssa Sellers batting 5th, and Alexis Wright hitting in the 6th spot. Allegra, Regalado, and Sanchez. There's a line drive foul down the third baseline, so it brings the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes, as Ari Sanchez is batting 9th and playing shortstop for the Falcons. Falcons have Alexis Wright. She will be on the mound and hitting 6th. Their flex player is Kalani Hernandez, who is the right fielder. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Kaylee Hawkins. Bray Romero looks in. Jordan Werzer behind the plate for the Beavers. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It has popped up foul back into the screen. Elsewhere, we've got Jacqueline Young over at first, Taylor McKay at second. Morgan Montgomery shortstop, Bella Garcia at third base. Kelly Capps out in left today. Sophie Peterburs is in center, and Kelly Tomlinson out in right. Here's the 3-2 again. Check swing, and a little bit too high. And Hawkins gets the base on balls. So she starts it off with the base on balls, and that'll bring up Alexis Certeza, the second baseman. 136 on the season for Alexis. 3 runs batted in.
11, second baseman Alexis Certeza.
Just the 11th walk given up by Bray Romero so far this season in 39 innings. Shows a bunt, and it's pulled back. It's a little bit too high for a ball. Garcia crashing in from third. Young the same from first. Taylor McKay went over to cover first base, but the ball's too high, and Certeza ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Alexis is a sophomore, playing second base for the Falcons today. Shows bunt again, bunts at that one, but bunts it back to the screen. So it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Stones McCoy to my left, manning all of his controls. And I think he's got a drone working. He says it's just a camera. But I don't know. I'm still going to check the horizons for anything. 1-1 now on Certeza. Lindsey Feinberg to follow. Shows bunt again. Bunts it out in front of the plate. Picked up by Garcia. Throws to first base. And the sacrifice is successful for Certeza. She moves Hawkins down to second base. Retired 5-3. And that'll bring up Lindsey Feinberg.
Number 7, the DP.
Lindsey, the DP today. She's hitting at a 400 clip with 3 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter wearing number 7. Freshman outfielder, but again, DPing today. She's up here with a runner at second base and 1 out top of the first. Swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch by Romero. Ahead in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Cleanup hitters Nia Watts, she is on deck. She's got a home run this season for the Falcons. Leads the starting 9 in RBIs. So far she has 7. 0-1 pitch is high for a ball, 1-1. We mentioned the Falcons 3-10, and part of that's due to the offense. They've got a couple of hitters above 300, but a lot of them down around the 200 mark, so they're trying to get something going. They're manufacture a run, or trying to here in the top of the first with a walk and then a sacrifice by Certeza. Next pitch swung on and missed again by Feinberg, so Romero ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Feinberg steps out, steps back in, waits for the next pitch, swings and misses the one outside for the strikeout. Big out by Bree Romero. 2 outs now, and here's Nia Watts. Nia at 306 on the season, a home run and 7 runs batted in. She listed as a first baseman, third baseman, and a pitcher. She's playing third base today for Solano. Romero checking the wristband to see what she's going to throw. Slightly open stance for Nia Watts. She watches one on the outside corner, called it strike 1. And yes, I did anticipate that and called it a strike before the signal was made. Sometimes you got to do that in this business. Kids out there studying how to be in this business, definitely study me. That's what you want to do. That's basically a how-to right there. 0-1 pitch. Nia swings and misses, off-speed pitch, 0-2. So good job by Romero. Once Hawkins was sacrificed a second, she gets the strikeout of Feinberg and is ahead of Nia Watts 0-2. Alyssa Sellers, the first baseman, on deck in case Nia can keep things going for the Falcons here in the first. That pitch is high and outside. Kind of a waste pitch, 2 strikes on Watts. Hawkins down at second base, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-2. That one, thought we were going to get that one. It's just waiting, like you wait for a putt to fall when it's right on the edge of the cup. Just waiting for that one to fall, and it did not. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nia Watts. Like the first baseman Young's called. No, it's Bree Romero handling it from the pitcher's mound, and that's the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Falcons, nothing. The Beavers coming to bat.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the first, Beavers coming to bat. They'll send Bella Garcia, Sophie Peterburs, and Jacqueline Young to the plate as going up against Alexis Wright, who just got out there to start a warm-up toss, so that's a good time for us to bring in the great Stones McCoy to join us on today's broadcast. And Stones, a little bit early start for the Stones Radio Networks, and we're just kind of like getting up to speed right now, right?
Yeah, I think we both still need a cup of coffee is what I'm getting at.
Well, I think I'm doing fantastic.
Oh, no, you're fine. I think the rest of the booth needs a cup of coffee.
You look like somebody ran over you in the parking lot. I'm just, I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
Thanks,
but,
man. Thank you.
I want to ask you, though, the Beavers 9-5 on the season, coming in after 3 straight losses in Big 8 conference play. So what are they looking to try to grab here today?
Well, right now, the biggest thing that they really need to do is they need to get on the board, and they need to get on the board early. Can't get behind in these games. They're 7-inning affairs. You got to get started quick.
Thank you very much. It sounds like you're wide awake a little bit. Bella Garcia, the first hitter, coming up here. That is Stones McCoy. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe, and we are bringing you this game on ARC Athletics YouTube, amongst others, and we thank you for checking us in. We urge you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. First pitch is down low from Alexis Wright to Bella Garcia, who's hitting at a robust 477 on the season. Going to have a lot of games, a lot of baseball and softball scheduled for the next 6 weeks or so, and there looks to be weather concerns. That one is high for a ball. So it behooves you to subscribe, and that way we'll let you know when the games are happening. You don't have to try to figure it out. So subscribe, and we thank all those who have subscribed already to the American River College Athletics YouTube. 2-0 pitch coming to Garcia. She chopped it right back to the pitcher. Right turns, throws it to first for the out, and Garcia's retired 1-3. Brings up Sophie Petersburg, 324 on the season. Sophie scored 12 runs on the year.
Center fielder Sophie
Alexis Wright on the mound for Solano. Behind the plate, Kaylee Hawkins. Over at first, taking that throw was Alyssa Sellers. Alexis Certeza is at second. Azaria Sanchez at shortstop. There's a pitch on. Did she bunt it? That one, I don't know. She got the bat out of the way, and she did, so it's ball one. Over at third is Nia Watts. Isa Alegre is in left. Christy Regalado in center, and Kalani Hernandez is out in right for the Falcons. Peter Burrs up here with a 1-ball, no strike count. Sophie shows bunt, bunts at that one and misses it, or fouls it off, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 324, as we mentioned, scored 12 runs on the season. Bella Garcia scored 17 runs on the season, but as Stones McCoy adroitly pointed out a minute ago, the Beavers looking to get on the board early, and Peterborough lets that one go by for a ball, 2-1. They've had trouble. They average over 6 runs a game, but they had trouble scoring in the last 3 games, all losses in the Big 8 Conference. Just over 2 runs a game in those, so they want to try to get the bats back on track. 2-1 pitch, and that is just a little bit low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Watson Sellers at the corners moving as Peterburg's moves. She moves up to slap to let that one go by. Jacqueline Young to follow. 3-1 pitch is inside. I think it might have hit the umpire on the shoulder, and there goes Sophie's going down to second base, the slide, and she is in there. So very alert by Sophie Peterburs. She got the base on balls. It was a wild pitch, and she just kept going, and she is down at second. And the umpire is coming in to tell Alexis Wright something, so let's see. With so many new rules and things in baseball, softball, we have to keep an eye on it, but in softball it shouldn't be as much. But the umpire continues his talk. Also, catcher Kaylee Hawkins went out to be part of that combo. And here's Jacqueline Young, 289 on the season for Jacqueline Young, 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in. She's a sophomore from Casa Roble, the Rams, out there in Orangevale. Done football games out there. Nice place. Nice football environment out there. Good football team, too. Here's the first pitch. Jacqueline takes outside. Great secondary lead out there by Peterburs. It's 1 ball and no strikes on Young. Hannah Peterburs is on deck. And then Taylor McKay batting 5th. Morgan Montgomery hit 6th for the Beavers today. Kelly Capps, Jordan Werzer, and Callie Tomlinson. That one is in there for a strike. Tomlinson batting in the number 9 spot. Brie Romero, of course, is the pitcher for ARC. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Jacqueline Young. Alexis Wright on the hill. The next pitch, good-looking pitch outside. Corner call, strike, yes. Trying to anticipate the umpire, which is always fun. A good-looking off-speed pitch right there by Alexis Wright. Who's making her 11th appearance, 9th start. She's 0-3.
Let's go, Jackie.
Here's the pitch to Young. Check swing, did she go? I don't think so. They're going to ask the umpire out there, and he says no, they did not. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Young. Alexis Wright looks to have a little bit of heat on this one. Her fastball got up there pretty quickly that time on Jacqueline Young. That one's lined into left field. That's a base hit. It's watched down left field, so we're going to get a run scoring. And there goes Jacqueline Young into second base. It's a single, actually an error, allowing Peterborough to score. First hit of the game. As left fielder Isa Allegra came up to field it, the runner, Peterborough, had stopped at third base, but once it was misplayed, she was waved in to score, and Young moved to second base on the throw, and so she is at second base. And that'll bring up Hannah Peterborough. She shows bunt, pulls it back. There's a steal at third. The tag is made, and she is out at third. Looked like a little bit late tag out there, but Young is called out at third base for the second out of the inning. Peterborough faked the bunt, pulled it back, and good throw by Keely Hawkins down to Nia Watts, and she applied the tag for the second out of the inning. Next pitch is outside for a ball. 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So's McCoy doing the scoreboard, doing the pictures and cameras, and he's technically adept because 1-1 pitch is hit right back to the pitcher. Wright picks it up, throws to first for the out. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error. And at the end of an inning, we've got the Beavers 1 and the Falcons nothing.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Welcome back. Top of the second, Beaver softball field. We've got Alyssa Sellers, Alexis Wright, and Isa Allegra, the first 3 hitters for Solano College, as they trail this one 1-0. The unearned run scored in the bottom of the first by the Beavers, with Sophie Peterborough coming across the plate after the Jacqueline Young single was misplayed in left field. And here's Sellers hitting at .095, the first baseman. She is a freshman, and she swings and misses at that one. Actually fouled into the catcher's glove, that catcher being Jordan Werzer. Sellers steps out, looks down at the third base coach, who does a tremendous job of showing her how to swing. That's a very good practice swing out there. Bree Romero on the hill for the second inning. That one is high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alyssa Sellers. First of 2 here from Beaver softball field. Second game scheduled for 2 o'clock, but what do I know? I thought the first game was noon. It's 12:15, so nobody told me that. That one's fouled out of play. I don't get the alerts on my phone, just like you'll get alert if you subscribe to American River College YouTube, Athletics on YouTube. You get alerts and stuff. I don't get any alerts when they change the time of the game. No one tells me. I think that probably says a lot about me and my importance to the whole organization. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. High up in the air, left field, moving over as Kelly Capps. She's going to have to go deep. Goes back and makes the catch right in front of the warning track. Well hit ball by Sellers, but Kelly Capps had it all the way. And 1 out here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Alexis Wright. Alexis, the pitcher today. She's also a freshman, hitting at 190 on the season. Well hit ball there by Sellers. It kind of kept tracking.
Stop the cap.
Going further and further, but I said Capps had it all the way. Got a little bit of a breeze blowing out that way. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody leaves the yard today. That one is a fastball, and it is in there for a strike.
Yes, boy.
0-1. I think we might have an umpire that waits 3 seconds before he makes the signal. I'm going to test that out with my stopwatch here. My Stones Radio Network stopwatch. We're all issued one of those when we join. 0-1 pitch, swung on a miss, nice off-speed pitch. 0-2. It's a tough job, Bird, when you make one mistake on the scoreboard and you got a guy right there telling you what to do. Now, this is good. I like the accountability here. You don't get that in the baseball field. We got Matt, the PA guy, making mistakes all the time. That one's lined into right field, moving over, but it's going to be right in front of Tomlinson, and a base hit for Alexis Wright. A one-out single, first hit of the game for the Falcons is Allegra coming up to the plate, the left fielder. She's hitting at 400, 8 for 20 on the season.
Number 14, left fielder Isa Allegre.
So Allegra coming up to the plate with Wright over at first base, one out in the second. Christy Regalado to follow, and then Azari Sanchez, the bottom two in the Falcons order. Falcons had a runner get to second base in the top of the first. That one is a fastball, and it is just a little bit too high. 1-0 on Allegra. A sophomore outfielder playing out in left field today for the Falcons. And Coach Terrence Siegel. That's a swing and a miss right there. 1-1 strike. Got away momentarily from Werzer, but she found it behind her. And no advancement by Alexis Wright over at first. So even count, 1-1 strike. Top of the second. One out and one on. Garcia even with the bag. She's coming in at third, but it's a swing and a miss by Allegra. 1-2 strikes. So Bella thinking maybe the bunt might be on. With 2 strikes, she'll be even with the bag and probably staying back a little bit. Bree Romero coming in with a 1-2. Call strike 3. And there was no shortage of signal on that one as the umpire sprung right into action to ring up Allegra for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Christy Regalado. Christy, a sophomore outfielder, still looking for her first hit of the season. Only 9 at bats so far, so she hasn't got that much action so far for the Falcons. Batting in the number 8 spot here today with Wright over at first base. Nice looking pitch by Romero on the inside corner. Called strike. See, I have to come up with one more adjective about the pitch before I can see if the umpire makes the signal for a strike. So it's McCoy deciding, he's gone long enough, he's going to bring out his San Francisco Giants hat to wear to try to get him into this game. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 0-2. He said, enough of this stuff. I know I'm not looking good right now, but if I put on my cool Giants hat, of which he has, I'm going to say 24 Giants hats, something like that. I think I bought him one myself. Actually, I got it outside, like a $5 thing. I think it was at the airport. Popped up right behind us. Bird makes no move to catch it and hits right on top of us. That's the kind of instincts and reactions that made him an all-pro cornerback. He just sat here and let it hit us. Stays 0-2 and was happy about it. Regalado settles in, the right-handed hitter against the right-hander Bree Romero. Swing and a miss, got her on strikes. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. As we go to the bottom of the second, the Beavers lead this one 1-0.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Throw goes down to second base, and we're ready for action in the bottom of the second here. Beavers lead 1-0. They'll send Taylor McKay, Morgan Montgomery, and Kelly Capps to the plate against Alexis Wright, who gave up one run unearned in the first inning. She gave up one hit and a walk.
Number 3, second baseman Taylor McKay.
So Taylor McKay starts us off. She's hitting at .364 on the year. Sophomore out of Paradise High School with 7 runs batted in. Batting in the number 5 spot. Right-hander against the right-hander, Alexis Wright. First pitch is a fastball. Beautiful pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Morgan Montgomery on deck. McKay playing second base today. She takes that one outside corner. Call strike 2. 2 good-looking pitches to start the inning by Alexis Wright, making her 11th appearance. 0-2 pitches sliced down the right field line. That's going to fall foul. Would have been probably extra bases for Taylor McKay, but considerably foul. So she'll come back to the plate with a 0-2 count on her. Teammate Morgan Montgomery very helpfully comes out and picks up the bat for her. And she settles back in here, starting off the bottom of the second. First of 2 from Merrick River College softball field between the Beavers and Solano. Next pitch is a little bit high. Nice fastball by Alexis Wright. 1 ball in, 2 strikes. Beavers 9-5, Falcons 3-10 on the season. That one's chopped out towards shortstop. Sanchez bobbles it, picks it up, goes across the diamond, and does not get her. So McKay reaches on the air, the second error of the game for the Falcons. And here's Morgan Montgomery coming to the plate. Looking down at the third base coach,
Morgan Montgomery.
Darren Delgado, Lisa Delgado, the head coach. Darren, Ken Kanavi, Andy Smith, Thomas Legabid. That's a tough one. The assistant coaches. Next pitch is a fastball inside for a ball, 1-0. Megan Cunningham and Erica Vigil, the assistant coaches for the Falcons. So there we've mentioned everybody, even if we didn't pronounce it correctly. 1-0. That's outside for a ball, 2-0. Nobody out. McKay down at first base. Montgomery, she'll be followed by Kelly Capps and then Jordan Werzer. Montgomery hitting the number 6 spot, hitting .357 on the season with 5 runs batted in. Next pitch is in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher, Kaylee Hawkins. Keeping the runner at first at least momentarily, but a 3-ball no-strike count now on Morgan Montgomery. Morgan coming to us from West Valley. She is a freshman. 3-0 pitch is well outside, ball 4. So an error and now a walk here in the second inning. And that'll bring up Kelly Capps. Kelly playing in left field today. Sophomore from Del Campo, a Cougar.
Kelly Capps.
She looks down to Coach Delgado down at third base. Let's see what's going on here. Third baseman Nia Watts playing a little bit ahead of the bag over there. Nobody out and 2 on. Here's the pitch. Capps does not show bunt. Takes it outside for a ball, 1-0. Jordan Werzer to follow. Then Callie Tomlinson. Bottom 2 in the order for the Beavers today, as they play 2 against the Falcons. 1-0 pitch is lined into right field. It drops for a base hit. Station to station. Nice play by the right fielder out there, Hernandez, who tried to get the force at second on Montgomery, but Morgan a little bit too alert. So it's a base hit by Capps. Second hit of the game for the Beavers. They've got the bases loaded and nobody out here in the second inning. And here's Jordan Werzer.
22, catcher Jordan.
Jordan Werzer at .345, and she does have 2 home runs already on the season. I do think the wind has shifted a little bit. It was blown out. I think it's blown a little bit further in now. But Werzer could get a hold of one, which she lets the first one go by, and it's a strike on 1. Bases loaded, nobody out. We are in the bottom of the second. Callie Tomlinson on deck. Birds calling for the grand slam. That's check swing, and it is call strike 2. And that's it. File that one away. If it's a check swing, he waits another half second before he makes the call. Not saying that anything he calls is wrong. Not far be it from us to do that. Worzer takes down the dirt. Hawkins picks it up. Nice job by Kaylee Hawkins. And I think the umpire might have helped on that one as it glanced off him, and Hawkins picked it up because coming down from third, McKay was thinking of trying to score. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Worzer. Tomlinson on deck, the number 9 hitter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt again. That one does get away, and here comes Taylor McKay, and she will score on the wild pitch. And moving up are Montgomery to third and Caps to second. And McKay scores on the wild pitch, 2-0 now in favor of the Beavers. Two and 2 on Worzer. Here's Wright's pitch. Jordan hits it right back to her. Here comes a runner coming from third. The throw goes to home. They're going to have her. They've tried to get back to third. Did she get back? No, she did not. The tag is made, and Montgomery is out at third. Staying at second base is Caps. Worzer on the fielder's choice will reach bag. That'll go 1-2 to 5 on Montgomery, so she is the second out of the inning. And here's Callie Tomlinson.
Right fielder, Callie Tomlinson.
So still 1 run in, but now 2 outs, I think. Make that 1 out. My bad. Swing and a miss. Tomlinson 176. 3 for 17 so far on the season. She's up here with 2 on and 1 out. Top of the order, Bella Garcia to follow. Here's Wright's 0-1 pitch. Tomlinson waves at that one, and it's in there for a strike. 0-2. 0-2 on Callie Tomlinson.
Let's go, Kaylee.
That one's outside. Nice play by Hawkins to keep it from going back to the screen. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Callie Tomlinson out of Orem High School, a freshman, pitcher, and an outfielder. Playing in right field today. Here's the 1-2. Chopped out in front of the plate. It's going to be a tough play for anybody. Picked up. That's an infield hit for Callie Tomlinson. Pitcher Wright picked it up, but she had no chance to get anybody. Caps moves to third. Worzer now at second. It's a single for Tomlinson. The bases are loaded, and here's Bella Garcia. Bella grounded back to the pitcher back in the first inning. 477 coming into the game today with 17 runs batted in. 17 runs scored. She's got a chance to get a couple of runs batted in right now. She lets that one go by, and it's inside for a ball. Bella has 7 runs batted in. She's up here with the bases loaded, a 1 ball, no strike count, and 1 out here in the second. She shows bunt, pulls it back, throw back to third base to try to get her, and she is safe. And let's see, I think that was called a strike. So it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Throw back to third to try to get Caps, but Kelly was back in safely into the tag. Good throw by Hawkins down to Nia Watts. Here's the pitch, hit down the first base line, but foul. Past Sellers, and it will be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bella ran up on that one and got a piece of it, but hit it right down the first base line in foul territory. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Bella Garcia. Sophie Peterburs is on deck. Right-hander Alexis Wright, left-hand hitter Bella Garcia. She hits that one. Nice play by the third baseman Watts. He flips it over to third to get to fourth and third. What a nice play over there by Nia Watts, and good job by Azaria Sanchez to cover. The run does score. It's an RBI for Garcia. It's a fielder's choice. Picks up her 8th run batted in, but Worzer is retired at third. Tomlinson is now down at second base, so we have runners at first and second. That's a foul ball off the bat of Sophie Peterburs. So 2 runs in the inning. 3-0 is the score. Runners at first and second. RBI for Garcia on the fielder's choice. And again, a fine play by Nia Watts, diving to her left and flipping it to Sanchez, who got over there ahead of Worzer for the force. 0-1 Peterborough takes that one. Look good. It is in there for a strike 0-2. Sophie, a sophomore out of Roseville. Now with an 0-2 count. 0-2 pitch. That's outside for a ball. Gets behind Hawkins a little bit, but no advance by Callie Tomlinson. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Beavers. 2 Falcons errors have been committed, but another excellent play, or an excellent play there by Watts. Probably saved a couple runs. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Catcher Hawkins reaches up and makes the catch for the out. So 2 runs, 2 hits. They left 2 at the end of 2. It is the Beavers 3 and the Falcons nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 3rd inning, first of 2 between the Beavers and the Falcons. American River with a 3-0 lead. Solano sends up Azaria Sanchez, and there's the top of the order, Kaylee Hawkins and Alexis Certeza against Bree Romero, who's gone through 2 innings, giving up just the 1 hit. She did issue a walk in the first inning, but she is facing Azaria Sanchez now, hitting at .083 on the season. Freshman, middle infielder, playing shortstop today. And here's Bree Romero getting ready to start off the top of the 3rd. That just takes high for a ball. 1-0. Bella Garcia down at 3rd. Morgan Montgomery shortstop. Taylor McKay 2nd. Jacqueline Young at 1st. Kelly Tomlinson in right. Sophie Peterburs in center. Kelly Capps in left. And Jordan Worser behind the plate for Bree Romero here in game 1 of this twin bill. 1-0 pitch. Look good on the outside corner. Call strike. 1-1. Romero 4-2 on the season, a 3.71 ERA. Lost her last outing against Cosumnes River. That was back on the 2nd of March. Beavers have dropped 3 straight, looking to get back on track. There's a pitch on the outside corner, but it's off the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike on Sanchez. That pitch is fouled back to the screen, so even on the count, 2-2. Said the Falcons lost their first 5 games of the season, then they won 3 in a row and have lost the last 5, including their last one, a doubleheader against Butte College. The Roadrunners taking both of those games. So Solano trying to get back on track as well. Both teams looking to get something going here in this doubleheader. That one's chopped foul out of play to our right. So it'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baseball at 2 o'clock, I think. Delta College Mustangs against the Beavers of American River. That is a Big 8 conference game, the beginning of a 3-game series. The 3rd game of that series we're supposed to be at on Saturday. That pitch is high for a ball. A 1 p.m. start on ARC Athletics YouTube. Although inclement weather is imminent, some say, some meteorologists. Like that's a real job. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit, left center field. That is down, and Sanchez is going to round first. Moving over quickly is Kelly Capps to get it in, but it's a base hit, the second of the first 9 hitters for the Falcons. Sanchez down at first base, and here's Kaylee Hawkins, the catcher. Kaylee at 190 on the season, got a walk her first time up. Made it as far as second base before Romero Got a strikeout and a pop-up to end the inning. So Hawkins wide open stance from the right side. Sanchez down at first base. She shows bunt. She bunts it down the first base line. Nicely done. Deadens it well. Picked up over there by Jacqueline Young. Good play to throw to Taylor McKay. Sacrifice is successful. Sanchez moves to second base, and there's one out now. And that will bring up Alexis Certeza, the second baseman. So well done. Sacrifice by Solano. Second time they've put a real good bunt down in the first 3 innings. They've got Sanchez into scoring position. Certeza sacrificed her first time up. So she has not had the official at bat here today. 136 on the season, 3 runs batted in for Alexis. She takes that one in there for a strike, 0-1. Sophomore second baseman, wearing number 11 in the blue outfits for Solano. Beavers in their home whites. 0-1 on Certeza. That one's popped out of play. Right back around us to our right a little bit. 0-2 on Alexis Certeza. Lindsey Feinberg, the number 3 hitter, waiting on deck. Runner out in scoring position for the second time in 3 innings for the Falcons. First time Romero responded with a strikeout and a pop-up. Let's see what happens here. Certeza takes high for a ball, 1-2. Steps out, looks down at the third base coach. One ball, 2 strikes. That one a little bit high, so that'll be 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sanchez out at second base, top of the third. Beavers lead it 3-0. Here's Romero's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes. Big strikeout for Bree Romero. Her 4th of the day. And she's going to get a visit from the base umpire now. And we are not privy to that conversation because the Stones Radio Networks have not been able to implant a microphone in the pitcher rubber, which is a tremendous idea, and Stones get on that.
I am going to get on it, but I would like to talk a little bit about this meeting. I've been watching her throw.
Oh, yes.
And,
what do you got?
You're supposed to drag that back foot as you release off the mound, and I'm wondering if that's what he's talking about. Is there's a little bit of hop in her pitch, and I'm wondering if that's what they're referring to.
Getting a little bit of space between her foot and the rubber.
Correct.
There. Thank you, Stones McCoy. Yes, that is something I think that probably warn pitchers about most every game. And in this case, a good job by the base umpire. That's a foul back to the screen by Feinberg, who struck out her first time. So that back foot, as Stone says, has to be dragged. It can't leave the ground, and it so often happens. If you watch the college championships, the college tournament, that's what they call most of the time. There's a call like that. So good job by the base umpire to give a little heads up there. Off-speed pitch is hit well into center field, but Peter Burns is right there to make the catch. So well-hit ball by Feinberg, but Sophie Peterburg's right there for the out. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third, and the Beavers lead this one 3-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
There's just something about the term Super Taco. It just appeals to you right away. Super Taco, and you can visualize it. I guess that's what advertising is for, so you can visualize it. So anyway, bottom of the third, Jacqueline Young, Hannah Peterburs, and Taylor McKay, the first three hitters for the Beavers. 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup against Alexis Wright, who is trailing 3-0 here as the Beavers put a run up in the first and then 2 in the second, aided by a couple of Falcons errors. And here's Jacqueline Young, who had a single her first time up. She takes that one down low. I think a legal pitch was also called. Legal pitch called not by I don't think it was by the base ump. I think it was by the home plate ump. He called a legal pitch. So it was 1 ball and no strikes. Could very well have been what Stones was mentioning as far as keeping the foot down, and that one is in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacqueline Young. Takes the 1-1 pitch, nice off-speed pitch. That catches the corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes on the sophomore from Casa Roble. We're number 16 for the Beavers. 289 coming into the game, and she is 1 for 1. That one is in the dirt for a ball. 2-2. Kaylee Hawkins behind the plate for the Falcons. Watts, Sanchez, Chateza, and Sellers around the infield. That one is just outside, 3-2. Legra, Regalado, and Hernandez in the outfield for Solano College. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That is a little bit outside, ball 4. So Wright doesn't miss by much on those last 2. But Young gets the base on balls. She's on base for the second time today, and that'll bring up Hannah Peterburs, who grounded back to the pitcher her first time up. Hannah, sophomore out of Roseville.
DP Hannah Peterburs.
DPing today, listed as a catcher and an infielder. And she will check down with Darren Delgado at third and see what is on, as she's got a runner at first base and nobody out here in the third. She's going to swing away all the way, but that one is high and outside for a ball. Watts at third base playing in front of the bag. Same at first with Alyssa Sellers in case Peterburs decided to drop one down in this situation. She's followed in the order by Taylor McKay. That one is high up in the air to left center field. Moving over is Regalado. She reaches up and makes a nice catch right on the edge of the warning track. Nice play by Christy Regalado out in center field, and a well-hit ball by Hannah Peterburs. Just a little bit short, maybe 10 feet, we'll call it 15, of being out of here. Got it up in the air and hit it pretty well.
Second baseman Taylor McKay.
1 out, and here's Taylor McKay. So well tracked by Christy Regalado out in center field. Moving from, she's in straightaway center into left center, and here's Taylor McKay. Reached on an error back in the second and scored. She swings and chops out for the second out, moving down to second, Jacqueline Young. So she is in scoring position, but now with 2 outs and Morgan Montgomery coming to the plate. Montgomery with the base on balls.
For the Beavers, number 5, shortstop.
Back in
Morgan
the
Montgomery.
second inning. Fouls that one back to the screen, so it's 0-1 on Morgan Montgomery. Freshman out of West Valley, playing shortstop today. Comes in with a .357 average and 5 runs batted in. A potential 6th out there in the person of Jacqueline Young. Here's the 0-1. She takes that one. It's outside low for a ball, 1-1. Another good stop behind the plate by Kaylee Hawkins, the freshman catcher for the Falcons. Kelly Caps to follow. Here's Montgomery's pitch. Chops it right back to Wright, who's got her 4th assist of the game over to first base, and that's the end of the inning. No runs, no hits. 1 left. We go to the top of the 4th. Beavers 3, Falcons nothing.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving into the top of the fourth in the first game of the doubleheader, it's the Beavers 3 and the Falcons nothing. Mark the Phantom Low here behind the mic with my partner Stones McCoy. To my left, we'll get Stones' assessment of the game as we move into the top of the fifth inning. But right now, it will be Nia Watts, Alyssa Sellers, and Alexis Wright, the first three hitters for the Falcons, who've hit a couple of balls pretty well out here. Good defense so far by the Beavers in the first three innings. And Watts popped up to the pitcher back in the first inning. She hits at 306 coming in. She does have a home run that she's driven in 7. First pitch is fouled out of play on a high fastball. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Watts. 1 home run, 7 batted in. She's at third base for the Falcons. She's followed by Alyssa Sellers. Bree Romero in her 4th inning of work. That one is high and inside for a ball. Looking for her 5th win of the season. She is 4-2 with a 3.71 ERA. 1-1 now on Watts. That one is just a little bit low and outside. 2-1 on Nia Watts. Romero throwing to Jordan Werzer behind the plate today. That's foul back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watts listed as a first baseman, pitcher, and third baseman, but suspiciously no year, whether she's a freshman or a sophomore. 2-2 coming up. Hit high up in the air down the right field line, tracking at the first baseman. Nice play over there by Jacqueline Young. She has it in foul territory, running away from home plate. Good catch by Young for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Alyssa Sellers, who hit a nice fly ball to left field her first time up. She was retired by Kelly Capps, but it was out in the warning track out there right down the line, which is 200 feet here at Beaver Softball Stadium. Sellers came in at 0.95, but as we said, hit the ball well that first time. She is 0 for 1. That one's high and outside to Alyssa. Alexis Wright, the pitcher, on deck. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Beavers lead it 3-0. Next one is swung on and missed. The ball moving away from the right-handed hitter. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. That one is on the outside corner, call strike 2. Beavers go back to Big 8 action this weekend. On Saturday, they go up to Santa Rosa for a doubleheader. Then they're back here on Tuesday the 14th and Saturday the 18th, a doubleheader. Tuesdays against Modesto and Saturday the 18th against Sac City. I believe that we will be here for all of those. That one's fouled down the first base line, but with the spin on it, waiting for it was Jacqueline Young to see if it spun back fair, but it did not. So baseman Taylor McKay stretching up almost to the extent of her stretching abilities out there to catch that one. Well hit again by Sellers, has hit the ball well twice today and has nothing really to show for it, as McKay makes a fine reaching catch there for the second out. It brings up Alexis Wright, who singled back in the second inning. She is 1 for 1. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Bree Romero on the hill. Wright hits that one high up in the air. Shortstop calling for it is Montgomery, and she's got it. So a nice inning for Bree Romero. Quickly, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Beavers 3 and the Falcons nothing.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the fourth, Beavers lead it 3-0. One thing I will say, and we'll get Stones McCoy in here in the next half inning to talk about this, but many more dance parties break out at softball games than they do over at the baseball games, and at basketball as well, or any other sport we've done, although water polo was crazy. So, I mean, there might be some good dance contests there. Kelly Capps, Jordan Werzer, Callie Tomlinson. Here's 7, 8, and 9 in the bottom of the fourth. Beavers lead this one 3-0 behind Brea Romero, who's given up just 2 hits over 4 innings. Capps singled her first time up. She hits that one sharply out toward shortstop. Sanchez has it quickly over to first for the out. So well hit by Kelly Capps, but right to Azaria Sanchez, who picks it up and guns it over to first base for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. That will bring up Jordan Werzer. Fielder's choice for Jordan, her first time up.
Jordan Werzer.
Werzer takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Hit it back to the mound, and it was turned into a rundown of a runner at third base the first time Jordan was up. That one's hit high up in the air to right field pretty well. Hernandez going back. She's got it right in front of the warning track for the second out. So well hit ball by Werzer, but retired by Kalani Hernandez. 2 outs, and Callie Tomlinson coming to the plate. She's got the infield single her first time up.
Number 4, right fielder Callie Tomlinson.
Callie came in 3 for 17, has the hit, so she is 4 for 18 on the season. She's going to take high on that one for a ball. Bella Garcia, the top of the order, on deck if Callie can get something started here as we get our first canine viewing of the day. That one's chopped foul down the right field line off the screen. We like to check on the dogs out here, the canines. A little chilly today, but still a great place to walk the dogs, right, Bird? It's a good place. 1-1. Takes it on the outside corner, call strike 2. 1-2. Check swing. She went around, strike 3 call. So quickly we go to the top of the fifth with the Beavers leading this one 3-0.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. It's an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the fifth, Beavers lead this one 3-0. I am the Phantom. Mark the Phantom Low, you might say. My partner is Stones McCoy. And Stones, we're checking in with you because it's the top of the fifth, and this is the mid-game report that we always get from Stones McCoy. We talked earlier that they want to get on the board quickly and get back on track. They got on the board quickly. What do you think so far?
Yeah, got back on track quickly, putting up early runs, and then the pitching by Bree today is it's been really, really good. She's been very solid in the zone, pitching to contact, and the defense is helping her out back there. There's been a flawless game so far, knock on wood. Defense has been great behind Bree today. So.
Yeah, thanks, Stones. That's the thing that has really stood out to me as well, the defense that's been played by the Beavers. So they've done it through the first 4 innings, just 2 hits from the Falcons against Brea Romero. As the Stone says, they pitch to contact, but the Beavers have been up to the task, and here comes Isa Allegra, who struck out looking back in the second inning, so she is 0 for 1 in this one. Morero's first pitch is hit well out to center field. Petersburg's going back. That one is out of here. A home run for Isa Allegra. So she is 8 for 20 coming in. Struck out looking the first time, but hit that one hard. We thought we might get a home run or two in this game because of the way the wind's blowing. The wind had nothing to do with that one. That was just a solid line drive. Third hit of the game for the Falcons. They put a run up on the board. They trail now 3-1, and that'll bring up Christy Regalado. So Isa Allegra, as we said, a 400 hitter coming in. She is a sophomore outfielder.
Center fielder Christy Regalado.
And here's Christy Regalado, who struck out back in the second inning as well. So a line shot by Allegra. She's got the home run. Talked about pitching to contact, and that was one that the outfield couldn't do anything about on that one. Regalado fouls it out of play, 0-1. So Ray Romero has to get back on track after that home run. Oh and 1 now. Fifth home run given up by Romero on the season. That one fouled out of play. So quickly ahead of the next hitter, 0-2, and that's all you could do after a home run. Come back and try to get the next hitter. She quickly ahead of her, 0-2. Regalado followed by Azaria Sanchez, the shortstop, number 9 hitter. Oh, 2 pitch, high for a ball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Regalado looking for her first hit of the season in limited action for the Falcons. 1-2 pitch. That's high and outside. Again, easy takes for Regalado on those last 2. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Beavers now leading this one 3-1. These two teams played back on February the 23rd, and the Beavers won it 9-1. That was at Solano. Here's a 2-2. That one's down in the dirt, 3-2. So 3 easy takes by Regalado there. Christie's a sophomore outfielder, number 6 for the Falcons. Again, they were in their blue jerseys and pants, as opposed to the home whites for the Beavers. That one is ball 4. So she got ahead of her 0-2, came back with 4 straight balls, and Regalado gets the free pass. She's at first base, and here's Azaria Sanchez, who singled her first time up. The umpire,
Number 2.
who commented up to the booth between innings that he could understand the lyrics to all the music we were playing, which must mean we're playing the wrong music. If the umpires can understand it, you don't want to play it. Coming in at third is Garcia. At first is Young. Regalado at first, nobody out. Sanchez shows bunt. She bunts it right out in front of the plate, and Garcia's going to let it go foul and pick it up. A nice play by Bella Garcia. She probably would have been able to throw Sanchez out at first base, but she saw the spin on the ball, and it took it out of play. And she's going to make Azaria Sanchez try to do that again. 0-1. Sanchez 1 for 1 on the day, came in at 0.83. Freshman middle infielder playing the shortstop spot today. Open stance from the right side. She shows bunt again, bunts it out again. That ball was well out of the strike zone, and she fouls it back to the screen. So 0-2. I'm sure Coach Terrence Eagle's going to say, if you're going to bunt, you got to bunt strikes, because that one was a little bit too high for Sanchez. 0-2 now.
Let's get her, Bree.
Regalado at first. Nobody out. 1 run in here in the 5th for the Falcons. Top of the order, Kaylee Hawkins to follow. Here's the 0-2. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Nice looking pitch by Romero on an 0-2 count, but it just goes tails away outside the strike zone against the right-hand hitting Sanchez. One-two pitch is popped up foul out of play to our right. And it will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice little crowd out here for this one. This early first pitch. 12:15 was our first pitch. Of course, no one bothered to tell me that. And Stones barely made it out. He didn't even. When the wife says that, you don't need to set the alarm, I'll get you up. Never trust that. Swing and a miss. She got him on strikes.
Just like that pitch, never trust it.
1 out. The bird is on fire today. He's won the dance contest. He's now won the joke-telling contest. He's done it all. But, I mean, when they say, hey, don't worry about this, setting the alarm, I'll get you up. Oh, Stones, you should know better than that. Here's Hawkins. She's walked and sacrificed, so no official at-bats for Kaylee today. That one is inside for a ball. 190 on the season. Hawkins, a freshman, been very impressive behind the plate, helping out Alexis Wright. 1 ball, no strikes. Garcia up at third. There's the pitch. Good looking pitch, but it is called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Get her, Bray.
Young playing up at first base. Garcia the same at third. They still expect Hawkins to perhaps put it down on a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's a little blooper. A nice try over there by Young, but it falls foul. Outside the coach's box, not much really that Jacqueline Young can do about that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Kaylee Hawkins. Alexis Certeza is on deck. Top of the order for the Falcons. They've scored once here in the 5th on the Allegra home run. Regalado got the base on balls and a strike out of Sanchez, and now Hawkins. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time is asked for and granted by the home plate umpire. As Hawkins steps out, takes a couple of practice swings. Romero taking a little bit too long, checking her wristband there for the pitch. That one's high outside. It gets away from the catcher, and going down to second base is Regalado. So she gets down, no sacrifice needed, and now she's in scoring position with still just 1 out. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Kaylee Hawkins. Two pitch. Just misses 3-2. Merrill Wright around the outside corner on that one. Didn't get the call, so it goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Kaylee Hawkins. Alexis Certeza to follow, the number 2 hitter. 3-2 pitches lined into left field. That's down for a base hit. Runner had to arc, and the ball's misplayed out in left field, and so Regalado's going to come around. She's going to score, and that's 3-2 in favor of the Beavers. So second time that's happened, once for each team, as a left fielder has misplayed a ball and allowed the runner who was going to stop at third to come around and score. 4th hit of the game, 2nd of the inning. First for Hawkins, and here's Alexis Certeza, the second baseman. 3-2 now in favor of the Beavers. Regalado went halfway as she saw the ball was going to get in, and then when it was misplayed in left field by Caps, the third base coach waved her all the way around, and she scored, making it 3-2. And here's Certeza, who has sacrificed and struck out, so she is 0 for 1 today. Came in at 136. Lindsey Feinberg on 2 hits in this inning. Allegra with the home run. Hawkins with the single, allowing Regalado to come around and score on the air. That's on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 5th. That one is outside. Throw behind the runner at first base, but just a little bit high on the throw down by Werzer. And the tag applied by Young, just a little too late, so safely back is Hawkins. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Hawkins at first, 1 out. That's high for a ball. 3-1 now on Certeza. Feinberg to follow. Outfield, medium deep for the Beavers. Peterburg's a little bit shaded to left center. Here's the 3-1. That is ball 4. So the base on balls, the second of the inning for Romero, allows Hawkins to go down to second, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound from the American River College. So we'll step away for just a second. We're in the top of the 5th. The Beavers lead this one 3-2.
to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Meeting is over, and we are ready to get going. Probably a meeting just as much to tell the infield how they're going to handle this situation if Feinberg shows bunt with runners at first and second and one out, but also to calm down Bray Romero, who's given up a home run and 2 walks in this inning, as well as a single. So here's Feinberg, who struck out and fly deep to center. She hits that one up in the air down the right field line, but it's foul. Young going after it, but she's not going to be able to make a play. And it will be a foul ball off the bat of Lindsey Feinberg. She's coming into the game hitting .400 on the season, the freshman outfielder. 3 runs batted in, but is 0 for 2 so far, playing in the designated player position, or occupying the designated player position. 0-1 now. Hawkins at second, Certeza at first. Pops that one up right back at us. I'm ready, and it hits the top of the building. That one I would have had. I was tracking that one pretty good. 0-2. I did not make a play for it, but I was tracking it very well. 0-2 quickly on Feinberg. Watts to follow. 1 out here in the inning. That's it. Popped up again right side. Young's going after it. So Feinberg will get another chance here. 0-2. Romero comes to the plate. 0-2. Chopped down to third. Garcia's got it. She's going to go to first for the out. Runner's going to advance to second and third. She's a little bit too far to try to go back to touch the bag at third. And McKay's still coming over to get to second, so she decided to take the sure out. Hawkins moves to third. Certeza goes down to second. So second and third, now 2 outs. And here's Nia Watts, who has popped out to the first baseman and popped out to the pitcher. So she is 0 for 2. High and outside for a ball. Hawkins at third, Certeza at second. 2 runs in. That one is outside, so 2 balls, and Ellers is on deck. She's hit the ball well twice and has nothing to show for it. Deep fly to left and a line drive to second base. 2-0 pitch is lined into center field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score. The ball's getting quickly to the plate. The runners go around. A tag is made, and she is out. Sophie Peterburs with a beautiful throw from center field to get the second runner. That's Certeza, but Hawkins scores, and 3 runs on 3 hits in this inning and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and this game is tied. Falcons 3, Beavers 3.
Top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have enchiladas and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
New ball game as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. First game of 2, 3 runs for the Falcons there in the top of the 5th. They tried to get a 4th across the plate, but thrown out at the plate was Alexis Certeza on a great throw from center field by Sophie Peterburs, and that has kept it a 3-3 ball game. Bella Garcia, Sophie Peterburs, and Jacqueline Young, the top 3 in the order for the Beavers, are coming up here against Alexis Wright in the bottom of the 5th. Beavers have 3 hits in this game, but nothing since the 2nd inning. Scoreboard shows 4-3, and the place has gone into an uproar as Mr. Matt is trying to fix it. Garcia lines that one right back up the middle. Clean single into center field. Garcia hit that one right under the glove of Alexis Wright. Bella was 0 for 2 with an RBI before that one. We do have activity in the bullpen. Taylor McKay is throwing for the Beavers. They're just getting ready to throw to second. It's going to be way too late. A stolen base for Bella Garcia. The pitch was called a strike, so it is 0-1 on Sophie. She bunts that one back to the pitcher. Wright picks it up, goes to first, and barely gets her by, I think she got it. Let's see. I didn't see anybody. Ball was dropped at first base, so she is safe at first base, and moving to third is Garcia. So it's a sacrifice for Peterborough. She is down at first base. So the error would be on the first baseman. And the drop, I'll go to my assistant coach, Stones McCoy. He'll tell me if it was a high throw or
And next, number 16.
E3. Okay, so that's an error on the first baseman. But the sacrifice is awarded to Peterborough, first and third, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and Peterborough is going to go into second base. So she is at second and third now. Third error of the game for the Falcons. Garcia singled, stole second. Peterborough bunted. The throw to first was dropped at first, and so she reaches but does get credit for the sacrifice, and Garcia's on third. The hitter is Jacqueline Young. She takes high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Young, who has singled and walked in this one. She has 2 home runs and 6 batted in, and the Beavers trying to respond after the Falcons have tied this one up at 3. Young takes high and outside. Here comes runner from third as the ball gets by the catcher, and she's going to score standing up on a wild pitch. So Garcia scores. Moving to third now is Sophie Peterborough. And Jacqueline Young is at the plate with a 3-ball, no-strike count. Hannah Peterborough's on deck. 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4, and that gets away, and here comes the runner, and she will score.
Watch me cook.
So 2 runs quickly scoring on pass ball. That one a pass ball, the first one a wild pitch. Beavers have scored twice in the inning. Young is at first base with the base on balls. Solano kind of call a timeout, get everybody together on the mound and talk about this as Garcia came out and sharp single to center field to start off the bottom of the 5th. She stole second, then an error on a Peterborough's bunt allowed runners at first and third. Sophie took off on second on a wild pitch, and both players later scoring on wild pitches. And it's now 5-3, so Solano came back with 3 in the top of the 5th to tie this one, but the Beavers have come right back. A single, an error, and a walk. Pass ball and a wild pitch. And here's Hannah Peterborough, who has grounded back to the pitcher and flying to the center fielder. So she is 0 for 2, 240 on the season. Hits a line shot out to left field, over the head of the left fielder all the way to the fence. Going around second is Young. She's going to move into third. It's a stand-up double for Hannah Peterborough, and the Beavers are in action again. Runners at second and third, and nobody out here in the 5th. Second hit of the inning. Both hit very hard by American River College. Looks like we have a pinch hitter here. That's Jaden Diaz coming in. She will hit for in the Taylor McKay spot. We said McKay is out warming up in the bullpen. So Jaden Diaz coming up to the plate. Hitting .222 on the season. A couple of runs batted in for Jaden Diaz. A freshman out of Cesar Chavez High School. Left-handed hitter with runners at second and third. She shows bunt and bunts it down the first base line. That's going to bring the run in, and it's not going to be picked up. It's an RBI single for Jaden Diaz, and the third run scores for the Beavers. Perfectly done by Diaz. The pitcher and the catcher converge on that one. Nobody picked it up, and Diaz beats it out. She's going to get credit for a single and an RBI.
Up next.
And here's Morgan Montgomery.
Morgan Montgomery.
Third run scored in the inning, third hit of the inning for the Beavers. Montgomery lines that one into center field. That's a base hit. Runner coming in from third, and Montgomery with an RBI single. The fourth run is in for the Beavers, and they now lead it 7-3. First pitch swinging for Montgomery. She laces it out into center field. Peterborough scores. 4 runs, still nobody out here in the fifth for the Beavers, and here's Kelly Capps. Diaz out at second base.
Kelly Capps.
Diaz out at second now. Montgomery at first. Capps has singled, scored, and grounded out to shortstop, so she is 1 for 2. First pitch is outside for a ball. Still nobody out here in the inning. Capps is the 7th hitter to come to the plate. 4 hits, a walk, and an error on a sacrifice. As McKay continues to warm up. She puts it down. Capps puts it down. That's a perfect bunt. That's going to be picked up. Nothing to do with that one as Capps has herself a single. 5th hit of the inning. Everybody moves up. Bases now loaded. Second perfect bunt by the Beavers in a row. Diaz and now Capps, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Falcons. We will step away for just a second. We are in the bottom of the 5th, 4 runs across the plate. The Beavers lead this one 7-3.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Nia Watts is the new pitcher, moves in from third base, making her 5th appearance of the season. She has not, she's 0-1 on the year, just 4 1/3 innings. She comes on here with the bases loaded and Jordan Werzer at the plate, and that one is low for a ball. Mia Valenzuela comes in and takes Watts' place at third base. Alexis Wright goes to the bench. So 1 ball and no strikes on Jordan Werzer, who's a fielder's choice and a flyout. That one's hit deep to center field, going back to center fielder. That's out of here, a grand slam home run for Jordan Werzer. And an 8-run inning for the American River College Beavers. I think that might be the end of the game. I've got to get the rules straight. That is 11-3 now as Jordan Werzer. We thought somebody might do it today. The grand slam home run, her 3rd home run, and 17 runs batted in, and that is it, as it is now 11-3, and that is the ball game. The 7-run rule after. And we will take a break and try to recover from that. Stones McCoy, let me bring you in and try to keep up with what was going on there at the end, but Jordan Werzer kind of made it tough.
Yeah, once you load the bases like that, it's a matter, and 0 outs going into that inning, or when the pitcher came in. I mean, that's a tough spot to bring in a pitcher like that. So, they come in, you're trying to find the zone. You got a power hitter up there. You're trying to get into the zone. You throw it in the zone. That ends the game.
Yeah, you're trying to get ahead in the count.
Yeah.
You're coming off, you're cold. As we said, she was the third baseman, so she really didn't get to warm up. And Werser with 2 home runs and 13 batted in coming into the game. Not the person you kind of want to groove one to,
No.
but really you don't have any other choice. So the Beavers get stung for 3 in the top of the 5th. They come back with 8 in the bottom of the inning, and this one is over on the 5-inning, 7-run rule as the Beavers win this one 11-3. We will take a timeout.
Back
We will
about
take
20.
a couple of minutes, maybe 15 or 20. We're back for the second game of this one. We thank you for watching Game 1 on American River College Athletics on YouTube, and for Stones McCoy